go back to work. And it's time for us to do our work. I hope you had your weekend. I hope you enjoyed it as much as you can. And as much as you could. Considering the national tragedy that we are again going through in our country. And we have work to do. That's what I said. We have work to do, and we can follow the lead of the children of this nation as they stand up, as they show us the courage that it takes to make change happen. They are going to show us. Anyway, before I get started, I wanted to give a shout out to Claire Dines. She is in Hove, England. And she made us some of these washcloths with all blue dots on there. And she sent these from England all the way to us in a package that had that on the back of that package. And that tells you what the United Kingdom thinks of Donald Trump. They think he is a ball bag. A ball bag. That's British for a scrotum. For a ball sack. That's him. That's what they think of him. Well, I tend to agree with him. Because he's a scumbag. He's a scumbag that's infested our house, and he's fixing to pay the price for all of his Russian treasonous activities he's done over the last decade or so, I believe. 13 indictments against Russians. Some of the Trump campaign workers were unwittingly, yeah, we're going to see that change. We're going to see that change because we already seen it. With that, Rick Gates is already, he's flipping, baby. He's going to testify against Manafort. They're all going to flip because not a one of them want to go to jail for Donnie the Dick. He's not worth it. They all realize that. He can't do anything. He's a weak-ass asshole who is out playing golf today, celebrating President's Day. That's what he's doing. He's celebrating himself, playing golf. 45 miles away from where that shooting was. Because he doesn't care. He doesn't give a shit. Are you kidding me? Kids lined up in front of the White House today and had a die-in. They all laid on the ground like they were dead in front of the White House. Well, Donnie plays golf. He don't give a shit. He doesn't care. Are you kidding me? There's a lot of them that don't care. Senator Tom Tillis, he's up in North Carolina. When this happened, when this shooting happened, he was quick to get on his Twitter feed and say what a terrible thing had just happened, and that we should remember the community and the victims and the families in our thoughts and prayers. That's what he tweeted out. He got $4,418,012 from the NRA. Until you personally can go write a check to Senator Tom Tillis for $4,418,012, then your kid's life is not worth as much as that NRA donation is. He's not going to turn his back on $400.5 million. So no, your kid is not worth him changing his vote. He is not about to stand up against the NRA. He's a whore for him. Y'all heard me call out Christopher Mapp. He's the guy that's trying to run for Congress down here in the 27th District in Texas, who at a town hall meeting the other day urged all of his constituents, his make-believe constituents, to go out and buy as many guns and as much ammunition as they could, and to get ready because these resistors, these Democrats, they're unpatriotic and they're treasonous. And I suggest the suggestion is that they need to get ready to shoot us. I wrote him a letter today on email. CK Map for, CK Map, what the hell is his damn thing? It's CK Map for Congress 27 at gmail.com. I put his address up on my page. Drop him a line. Let him know we don't want scumbags in our house, and we're going to work to keep him and others like him out. Others like him include Tyler Tannehill. He's running for Congress up in Kansas. I didn't catch what district. Look him up. Tyler Tannehill. Tannahill. He's giving away an AR-15 at a campaign stunt. Yeah, come vote for me. I'll give you an AR-15. This is after the shooting. After the shooting. Christopher Mapp made those comments about buying guns after the shooting. It's disgusting. In Missouri, in Neosho, Missouri, a kids' baseball team, kids 9 years old and younger, with the help of one of their fathers and their coach, Levi Patterson, are raffling off an AR-15. $5 a shot, you can get you an AR-15. Baby compliments of the 9-year-olds. That's who are raising our kids. Some of these people that are raising our kids, they think that's appropriate. After the shooting, they don't care. They don't care. That Second Amendment right is so dear to them. It is more dear to them than the Bible or the Constitution itself. They want to hold on to that gun no matter what, because that's the only right they give a shit about, is their right to own a weapon of mass destruction, mass killing. They don't want a bolt-action rifle. Hell no, they want that AR. And half of them want a damn bump stock to go with it. That's the GOP. That's the Republican side of our house. Third graders. They had 2 funerals today. We'll have them more this week, too. Those kids, Emma Gonzalez, that little girl, stood up and made a speech that was very powerful. So have other young kids stood up and made speeches that should be coming out of the mouths of their adult counterparts. These kids have seen enough. They are planning a march for March 24th. And I want to be part of that. I think everybody in this nation needs to rise up. I'm going to be somewhere marching on that day because I want to stand with them. I want to hold them up as examples of what we need in this country. Smart kids growing up that don't buy into the bullshit of a good guy with a gun. Or all these other, to protect against the evil government coming over the hill like half these idiots down here do. That's what they want. They want that weapon and all the military gear to go with it to get ready to shoot us. I have no doubt about it. Because people like Senator Tom Tillis and Christopher Mapp and Tyler Tannehill, they push that shit. Because they like that money from the NRA. They want it, they smell it, they roll it all in it. They smear it all over, it sticks on them because they have Trump shit all over them, so the money sticks to it. Every politician that takes money from that terrorist organization, which is the NRA. The NRA is not the NRA when I was a kid. They were concerned with safety and instruction. Now they're just whores for gun manufacturers. That's all they are. They keep bothering my dead father for money and a vote. They don't give a shit that he died. It's money. It's money and a vote. Get them all. Get the kids. Get 9 years old. Get them all. Get them all to loving guns. That's the NRA. From my cold, dead child. That's what they're doing. From my cold, dead hands. Are you shitting me? You'd give up your life for the love of that gun rather to save a child, rather than to rescue a child. You would rather die holding your AR-15. I hope you do. I don't give a shit. That's what you got it for. In your imaginary little mind that you can go out there and spray a lot of bullets all at one time. Yeah. I hope when you do that, there's a whole lot of people shooting back at your ass. It's the way they do it in the military, baby, unless most of them are too chicken shit. I did ask Mr. Mapp there, Mr. Get your gun, get your ammo, what branch of the service he served in. I didn't see it on his thing here. There's nothing here that says he served his country. I asked him, what sacrifice have you made for your country? And the answer to that is squat. Nothing. He just wants to get in because he hates the Democrats and this resistance movement. And everybody get a gun. People like that are the scum of this country. People like that are the ones that distort and pervert the Second Amendment to try to go along with their sick desires to own as many weapons that they can get ready for the big revolution when they can shoot all their fellow citizens. There's only one answer. Donnie's open now to maybe a little bit stressed, harder background checks. Kiss my ass, Donnie, that's not enough. And that's what we need to say. No, that's not enough. Because we hold the power this time. We don't want crumbs. We don't want some stinking weak little legislation with all sorts of loopholes in it so the NRA and the gun nuts of this country can keep pushing weapons out across this whole nation. Shut down gun show loophole. Shut it down to where everybody has to go through a background check. Make a waiting period so the guy that goes in all pissed off doesn't have to just take 30 minutes to get the weapon that he wants to go do whatever the hell pissed him off. Because that's what happened in Florida. The kid got mad and went and bought a gun. Couldn't buy a beer. He could buy a gun. The chant is vote them out. That's what those kids are chanting. Vote them out. Marco Rubio, vote him out down there. He's a scumbag slut for the NRA. In my count, in my district, in your district, look who is running. If they take money from the NRA, mark them off your damn list. Stand up for this country. We don't need a country full of AR-15s looking for somebody to shoot. Take the lead of Australia, a responsible nation that responded to what happened. Did their civilization fall off the edge of the earth? No. They're thriving. They're a happy country. What do we have? Scumbags that go out and shoot up schools. That's what we have. I wanted to take a minute. Claire Dines over in England, she wrote me a letter. I'm not going to read the whole letter to you, but I'm going to read part of it. Now over there you have to remember that red dots over in England are blue dots here. Red is the color of the Liberal Party over there, and blue is the Conservative Party over there. Kind of backwards. On a June morning after the nightmare results of the Brexit referendum, the 23rd of June 2016, I found myself sitting on a beautiful beach on a Scottish island, crying in sadness and anger at the madness that had in just one short night befallen my country. Soon, though, I made a vow to myself to become fully eyes wide open and aware of and engaged in politics, and to fight the gradual erosion and undermining of our greatest institutions, and also the lies, the misinformation, the racism, the xenophobia that ensued and has steadily been rising among certain hate groups. I have also watched a huge wave of, particularly among the young in Britain, rise up and become active participants in this fight for a better future, and one that is not estranged from our European friends, not at least among them one of my sons, an Italian wife, and 2 grandchildren who lived in Rome. She was heartbroken after what happened in England with Brexit. To them, Brexit was like Trump getting elected here. And then we raised our heads above the shock of Brexit when we saw the horror playing out across the Atlantic. She's talking about our election. We saw the man we had despised ever since he had tried and ultimately failed to intimidate and threaten the people of northeast Scotland, and one heroic farmer in particular who lived too drabbily and too close to Don the Khan's new and shiny golf course project. Y'all remember that? When Donnie was trying to build a golf course over there, and that one farmer over there, that guy that's been there forever, whose property didn't look up to speed for Donnie. He did everything he could to run that man out, and that man stood up to this disgusting turd of a man. That was back in 2011, after which most of us thought Trump the ball bag would simply fade back into being an ugly blot on the New York cityscape, but we never forgot his lies and his shameful behavior. We watched dumbfounded the campaign of this man without morals and his eventual election into office, and we knew then that your nightmare was even greater than ours. That's what the world thinks. Most of us in Britain felt the pain of the America that never wanted or voted for this, and we feel your pain still. We also watch your fight to oust this con and his repulsive Republican cronies out of the White House, and your determination to get your country back on the right track. In particular, your vigilance and perseverance in this fight, John, is mightily impressive. Thank you very much for that, Claire, but it is not me. It is this moment, this movement that we have with friends not only across our own country, from around the world, that see this, that see the nightmare that we are experiencing in this country, and they feel for us. Where our country used to shine as a shining example of what should be, we've now become the nightmare of what is. And it starts with people like Senator Tillis and third graders in Missouri that are auctioning off or raffling off an AR-15. That is not the country we should strive to be. We should strive to be a more benevolent society where we don't have mass shootings, where we have compassion and empathy for those around us, instead of thinking about getting your AR-15. Maybe you should think about the kids in this country, because the kids in this country are thinking about us. Anyway, thank you, Claire, for the washcloths. They're very pretty, and I don't know if they're going to be used. I'm going to use one. Miss Deborah took one already. She said she's going to use it. And Mama just keeps looking at them saying, they're pretty. Thank you for that support. Anyway, stay in this fight. That is the most important message I can send to you. Get behind these kids that are raising their voices. They're doing it for our country. And I want to hold them up as heroes. Anyway, like, share, and subscribe. John Bertavo, a Blue Dot in Texas on YouTube. John Bertavo on Facebook, a Blue Dot in Texas on Facebook. John Bertavo Speaks, a Blue Dot family. Go there. Get informed. Get involved. That is the most important thing. Get involved. At Blue Dot in Texas on Twitter, and I've been sending them out today, baby. And anywhere else I can get this message going. Talk to somebody, get them involved, get them to vote, get them to pay attention. And we can take this country back from the scumbags and want to turn it into an arsenal. And on that note, y'all have a good one. We'll see y'all later. Bye.